What's up YouTube, it's your boy Jet back with another music reaction, and today we're going to do a little single. We're just going to dive into the world real quick. Obviously based on the title you can tell we got Nas and The Game. This is off the collab project that they have called Q.B.2 Compton. Obviously QB is somewhere, I'm assuming part of New York, Queens maybe? Queensbridge? I don't know. Queensbridge, Q.B.2 Compton being, you know, where The Game is from. Now, this really interests me because one is one of the projects from Nas that I didn't do in this album that I kind of skipped because it was a collab album and, you know, I skipped it. I go ahead and skipped it. And the reason, another thing that brought me to this is The Game. The Game is a recent rapper that I have become a huge supporter of. I knew of The Game and I knew The Game was dope. I mean, songs like My Life with Lil Wayne, songs like 100 with Drake, songs like Hate It or Love It, which has literally become one of my favorite songs of all time. Like, I literally love that song. I bump that song all the time, you know, featuring 50 Cent. And he has other songs. So I know of The Game, but the thing about The Game is that he has a huge catalog of music. Like, a lot of his albums are like 30 tracks long plus 20 tracks long, you know, especially his recent projects. But the thing is, though, I shuffled one of his albums, one of his recent albums, 2024 album, and man, I really fell in love with it. I really did, and I just been, you know, on the journey for The Game music. So I'm not gonna do too much yapping because I really did too much yapping. But that's the reason why we're here, is because now we have Nas and The Game to have a whole collab project. So I'm gonna do this single just to check out the vibes, and then eventually I'm gonna do the whole album. I promise I'll eventually get around the whole album. With that being said, though, let's get straight to it. The track that we're doing today is called Amongst Kings, featuring Nas and The Game.
First I see a flash of light, then on my own I hear nothing. The smell of fire and brimstone. I feel 100 arms grabbing me, falling down a hole. Is it because there's no gravity? My body leaves my soul. Is the devil mad at me? Will I go to hell? Or is it heaven that awaits me? It's too early to tell. Is it now that I'm to be judged? Will I face thee? Bright tunnels, warm lights will embrace me. The force takes me like I'm moving through high winds. See myself in baby carriages, relatives, friends, things manifest. Kings from every planet rest here. Beams of light, hear the voice of the Nazareth near. See my body laying down in the...
Hold up, before we get to the next verse, something that I peep about the Nas, and not just Nas, a lot of rappers did this in the early 2000s and 90s, around that era of music, was that there's a lot of religious talk in those music. You know, amongst, obviously they're still rapping about like gang life and street life, and you know, don't get me wrong, that's still around. It's still a big presence of what hip hop was back in those days. But you know, again, like, he opens up this track and he's talking about Nazareth, which is, you know, obviously Jesus' place of birth, and you know, he's talking about heaven. Right there, is the devil mad at me? Will I go to hell, or is heaven that awaits for me? It's too early to tell. And then, you know, obviously this little chorus right here: you are amongst kings from both far and near lands, made in the image, son of God, son of man. You came in the spirit, for I am that I am, father of all words, falling angels and the Lamb. I also like that right there. You came in the spirit, for I am that I am. Recently, I read the Bible, or I've been reading the Bible, and I got to that part where he's talking to Moses, and he says that I am who I am that I am, or something like that, which is, you know, another sort of like a nickname for God back in those days. Yeah, you know, very religious talk, man. I really love it. I love that. You know, that's something that I think we miss in this stage of hip hop that we're in. Don't get me wrong, we're having a lot of cool lyricists coming into the scene, but we're missing the element of spirit and also the element of just like this religious thing, you know? But anyways, I digress. I mess with the beat. I mess with the content so far. Let's get straight to it.
It was painless, didn't feel a thing. Shots rang, fell, but anxious to get up and run. I was atheist, committed suicide. I wish I could erase this shit. I seen a new life before the Christ. He created night and day, the sun and moon. From a virgin woman's womb, we looking down at my body. Emergency room, doctors frowning at me. Surgical buffoons, I'm doomed. It's my day of judgment, eternal peace of fire. Far past the stars, far past the Orion. I ask that you forgive, Father. I was trying, many thrones in the light, but only one's truly shining.
All right, before we get to The Game, I really like this lyrics right here. It's my day of judgment, eternal peace and fire, far past the stars, far past Orion, because Orion is one of the, figments of stars. And the reason why I also mess with this is because Orion is such a iconic name in my. I grew up playing this game called Brawlhalla. If you're watching out there, you know about Brawlhalla. You know Orion is top tier on that. So again, shout out to Orion. I know it doesn't have anything to do with this, but it's just that's how you correlate. That's how you connect the music, right?
Faster than the blinking eye, it's the master and I, face to face, fighting my case so we debate, counting on my sins, where do we begin? When I stabbed a man in the train station, I drunk gin. When I grabbed a man, let the shell set him from a Mac 10. It was all retaliation from way back then. You to recognize all the good deeds I'm worth. Send me on a trip, God, please the earth, so I can deliver thy warning. Stop playing. He gave me life, I scream it out loud that I am. And I saw another mighty angel come down from heaven.
Damn, bro, that beat was just, woof. It took me for a while. I was just, I was in the song. So I noticed that there is no game on this. It was just Nas. I should have done my research before this. I do see that there is a song in here in the album called "I'm Looking," and it's just a game. So we're gonna go ahead and listen to that, so that way I can actually have the game in here. But overall, man, Amongst King, this track is definitely very wavy, very relaxed, and very obviously very, very dense as far as the lyrics go. Is dense the right word? Just heavy as far as lyrics. With that being said, though, we're gonna get to this other track called "I'm Looking," featuring the game, so that way we can actually get the game in the video. So we can do 2 tracks of the album. Gotta get 2 tracks. I also want to address another thing. So, okay, I know I saw the comment, Tango Faye, obviously. Tango Faye, you're obviously always gonna be in the channel. I'm always gonna talk to you. I saw that you posted in the comments saying that I might not like the Mod Deep album because they're back to their gangster roots and whatnot. And I don't have a problem with gangster music. I bump gangster music. I mean, if we look at my recent saves in Apple Music, I just got into Yo Gotti. So I got Yo Gotti's last album. I got Yo Gotti Untrapped. We got some, this song called, I got this song from Fast and Furious that I was watching. It's called Hell Yeah by Dead Press. I highly doubt these people are gangsters, but, they got the bandanas going. The Fast and Furious soundtrack. We got Trick Daddy. We got Trouble. We got Trouble Davies. Starlito, Future. Kodak, Gucci Mane, Nipsey Hussle. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have a problem with gangster music. I really don't. I listen to gangster music. I know it might come off a little bit because of the things that I've said in the past. It might come off a little bit hypocritical. The issue that the thing is that I'm a person who feels things. I feel them, I feel a lot of emotions in those present time periods that I live. And I also live like literally every day I wake up, I'm a new person. I'm a new creature. So whatever I said in the past might change how I feel like later now. Again, I don't have a problem with gangster music. It's just that, in the news, like I said, I feel things very deeply. In the news, I keep seeing the repercussions of gangster music and the violence that throughout America. And it's just not just gangster music. I just recently have realized that gangster music might be an issue in there, but there's other things in America throughout history that have impacted to where we are right now. And I'm just, not fully educated to those things. So again, I don't have a problem with gangster music. I bump gangster music. Don't get me, I'm a thug.
Don't worry about me. I'm a thug.
I'm a thug, bro. Don't get me. I get it. I just sometimes feel that shame or that weight, as a person who might want to put out music later in the future. I want to be able to feel okay knowing that I didn't put that message in somebody's heart to then carry that message and think that it's a joke. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is, because I fuck with gangster music, bro. Yeah, gangster all the way. I'm a thug, bro. Don't get me wrong. So let's go ahead and get to this track because I'm yapping. I'm talking too much. Tango Faye, I was just trying to address you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I fuck with gangster music, bro. Share me all the gangster music you got, bro. I'm a thug. I'm just saying that at the end of the day, I'm a person that feels things. And at that present time, I really felt like some way about the violence in America. With that being said, though, this track we got here is called I'm Looking the Game.
I'm from Compton where them guns bust. Watch Papa George pop caps telling jokes at them call games. Seen Big Face Hunt handle the rock like me.
Hold on. Run that back. Restart that bitch over. Shout out to the game.
I'm from Compton Compton with them guns bust. Watch Papa George pop caps telling jokes at them call games. Seen Big Face Hunt handle the rock like Nate Archibald. What? This nigga only 16 and I wanted to be just like a middle school fella. Any nigga with a chip on his shoulder. What up, nigga? You want beef with me? Now I'll let the heat speak for me. No more talking, just outline chalking. Nigga with an attitude from birth. 100 miles and running, gunning, busting shots like fuck the cop.
Just a ghetto nigga stuck in this game. Young is running with game. Rain hits, so we flooding the game. When you come to Compton, respect the grounds, we be shook, man.
Damn, man. I'm just captivated by the bass, bro. Like, doo, 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 doo. Like, I'm just captivated. Shout out to the game, though. He's talking his shit. I won't say it's going full on lyrical like that, but he's giving you exercise. You know, he's talking that shit. That, you know, he's talking about running with the younglings. You know, shooting at cops and shit. You know what it is.
Give a fuck who you are. Fuck your ice, fuck the blocks that you claim. Fuck your Bentley, it's all you know.
The presidency all I represent. To y'all met me, y'all niggas ain't met that shit. Yeah, balls, money, and muscle, the hustle. I was brought up in the 80s. Gang banging, dope traffic, shit get crazy. For when niggas grow up hard like bitch face. Them hustling dogs like Knicks players. We got mouths and feet. Till they put flowers on me. Moms kiss my cold cheek. In that pine box, I'm buying rocks, iron cops. Fuck up, keep folks snug in the way, so pay 1,000 a helmet. Niggas in the street move faster than Michael Jackson's album, but the shit don't really matter to me. We can better G, better before I slow 'em down like PCL.
I'm just a ghetto nigga stuck in this game. Young is running with game. Rain hits, so we flooding the game. When you come to Compton, respect the grounds, we be shook, man.
That's all I represent. Till y'all met me, y'all niggas ain't met gangsters. Real gangsters never talk shit, handle they business. Fuck the dry snitching and bitching. Niggas die when them bullets fly. Who fucking with him? Huh? Now the nigga alive in the bed in that 5. He got no sympathy for them dead guys. Friend the foe. Watch that chest cave in. What that vest saving? Make it sloppy for the
Oh, he said, I got no sympathy. Let me see here. I got no sympathy for them dead guys, friends or foe. That's crazy to me, man. Because I just saw that 6ix9ine interview. And they were talking about like disrespecting dead figures and stuff like that. And I have a certain way to feel about that, but I also understand the point of view that was being brought up in that interview.
New chapter, my home niggas plotting on me, trying to hit me, but they won't get me. Feeling semis first, fucking with my dough is the worst way to go. Y'all know niggas cry when them bullets burn slow. Dummy in and out of spots, watching my money. If $1 come up missing, bodies start to come up missing. No one too happy for the expedition.
He said. In and out of the spot, watching my money. If $1 comes up missing, then body parts start coming up missing. You get it? Because like if the dollar ain't right, he's about to start shopping people up.
Watch the soul shit, I throw him in the river, bitch nigga.
Ghetto nigga stuck in this game. Young is running with game. Rain hits, so we flooding the game. When you come to Compton, respect the grounds, we be shook, man.
Alright, y'all, that right there is the song called The Looking. Oh, I'm Looking by The Game. Songs like these, man, like the beat and the sample, or not even the sample, but just the beat and the vibe in there, it just gives me like 2000s, early like 2010, 2011, like Need for Speed games and stuff like that, like racing games. I know I say that shit all the time, but like hip hop around this age really does have that sound. Like it brings me back to those video games that I used to play. You know, Midnight Club Los Angeles. It just has that toon, 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 like that menu music, you know, that play menu. But anyways. Shout out to the game on this. I really appreciate the song. It's literally the intro to this collab album. So I appreciate him, you know, him going first. I'm assuming this is him putting up the game at this time. Yeah, man, every time I hear the game, he's one of the dopest rappers I know, man. Like he has the flow. He has the lyrics. I think he's a great lyricist. Like if you listen to his early music and then you listen to the music that he's dropping now, like 2024, that album, that very long album, like I was listening, he really spits, bro. He really spits. He's nothing to joke about. And he's real about the shit that he is, man. Like you can just tell he's real as fuck. Also another thing, I recently saw a clip of Fat Joe and J.E.T. They were talking about the game and his come up, and they were saying that he was from LA, Compton, but he had a New Yorker sort of flow to him. So that kind of makes sense why he would link up with the Nas right here. Obviously, Nas being from New York. So if the game has that New York sort of style, of course it would make sense for them to collab. This is awesome, though. You know, obviously seeing two LA and New York come together after that. Obviously, Tupac and Biggie, you know, that didn't work out. So shout out to Nas, man. Shout out to the game. I really fuck with this. Let me know how y'all feel about it. Definitely let me know if y'all want me to do the full album. I'll do the full album, or I could just do the game. I'll do the game album or something like that. Y'all let me know. I just wanted to get this off, just to get a video off. I'm off today. I have nothing to do. I was thinking of doing an album reaction, but I really don't, I don't got that much time. I got to do other shit. But with that being said, though, like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Catch y'all on the next one.